Welcome to Christian Nutrition, the show where we review every single episode of VeggieTales chronologically. And by we, I mean just me. Tomato Sawyer and Huckleberry Larry is an obvious parody of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, a classic American tale. This episode was released in July of 2008, and thank goodness, you guys, thank goodness we're back to regular VeggieTales episodes, because after all those pilots, I'd buy even more Kleenex. You see, after every single pilot, I laid on my couch and cried. Went through a whole box of Kleenex for every single episode. Bet you didn't know that. Fun fact. But you didn't even know that, did you? Nope. You inconsiderate viewer.
Hi kids, welcome to VeggieTales. I'm Bob the Tomato.
And I'm late for my book club.
Larry's in a book club? Remember what I said about him being mentally challenged, aka retarded, in VeggieTales in the House? Well, as you can see here, he actually has semblance of intelligence. I mean, some semblance of intelligence, and he's certainly not a child.
Hi everyone. Sorry about that.
It's okay, we started without you.
Discussing the book?
No, eating the snacks.
Yummy! Are popcorn balls the size of planets on the menu?
I would put them on par with the snacks from 2 months ago, but they paled in comparison to the snacks from last month.
That was a profound, life-changing comparison, Mr. Lunt.
It's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain.
Oh, that's a classic. What did you think?
No one read it. Well, of course they didn't. Who even teaches vegetables to read? Or speak? Or write? Or really anything? In fact, I don't recall anything in Genesis about talking vegetables.
Personally, I found the book riveting, full of flawed characters and classic American humor.
Wow, that is a very true assessment, Mr. Lunt. I'm glad someone read the novel. You see, I really didn't think anyone had read it.
What's this? Norm's notes? Condensed outlines of books for the vegetable on the go.
So he cheated. Of course he cheated. Hopefully everyone else didn't. Oh, come on. Do you guys have no respect for yourself?
War and Peace took me 15 minutes. I found it riveting, full of flawed characters and classic Russian pathos.
Mr. Lunt is all about working smarter, not harder. And for that, I respect him. Bob and Larry then read a letter that asks about how a kid in his school is getting made fun of, and he is unsure about whether to help that kid or not. This leads into Larry introducing us to Huckleberry Larry. Apparently they couldn't get the rights to Huckleberry Finn.
Wait a minute. Are you saying we can watch the story from our book club?
That's right.
That's 3 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, wait till you go to college and you have to take, unnecessary general education classes that in no way relate to your degree. For example, if you're going for a bachelor's in film production and you have to take biology 1 and 2. Where's the connection between those two? Someone tell me. I would love to know.
Oh, hello there. Glad you could stop by. I'm Clark Wayne, a storyteller.
I'm not even going to bother with this guy. Let me try to sum up his stuff for you. The storyteller/narrator tells us about the Mississippi River and how it would take a drop of water 90 days to travel the whole river from top to bottom. Fascinating stuff, let me tell you. One of the French P's is playing the role of an Indian guide.
Yeah, I'm a trusty Indian guy.
I prefer the term Native American.
My apologies, a Native American guide.
Must be a slumber party.
What just happened? We are introduced to Mr. Nezar, who owns yet another business. Like, can someone keep track of all the businesses? It's getting out of hand. And this time, it's a tree removal business.
Better, harder, faster. We're loggers, we're loggers.
This icy force, both foul and fair, has a frozen harbor mighty.
And for Pete's sake, no singing!
Mr. Nezar is my personal hero. Happy poop emoji. Mr. Nezar has this massive vegetable on his staff by the name of Big Jim. Apparently, he doesn't pay him a single dime. Good thing this is old America, where he probably didn't even need to pay him because Big Jim wasn't part of a union and the government didn't even know. Big Jim actually had stolen a ton of turkey jerky back in the day, and only Mr. Nezar caught him stealing all this turkey jerky. Like, he was the only one who witnessed it. And now he has to work for Mr. Nezar to serve his time.
Keep an eye on Big Jim.
The logger in question, Steve, was not the sharpest blade in the sawmill.
Yeah, Steve.
What Dooley said was, keep an eye on Big Jim. What Steve heard was, please run into town and get me a strawberry smoothie.
I can understand where his confusion comes from. You see, those statements are very similar in sound and in meaning. Big Jim escapes and Mr. Nezar asks the narrator why he didn't stop him. The narrator clarifies that he isn't supposed to get involved. Fair enough, I wouldn't want to get involved either when someone attempts to chop him up and eat him.
Nor every situation so rife with turmoil. Take this scene, for example.
I really want to cover up all this narrator's endless talking, but it's endless. So, I'm going to have to show you guys some of it.
And the red guy is Tomato Sawyer. Most folks just call him Tom since, well, tomato seems a little obvious.
Junior Asparagus' name is really long too. Are we going to shorten that as well? You guys are triggering me right now. We find out about America's Homestead Act, where if you live on a piece of land for 5 years without abandoning it, then it is all yours. As it turns out, Bob and Larry are 3 days from reaching this 5-year mark on their piece of land, which of course means that they're going to have a wacky adventure to get in the way, right? Of course. Larry is creating a theme park called Jerky Land, a land full of turkey jerky, while Bob is making a tax preparation office. Their personality differences could not be better exemplified than they are right here.
Before MP3 players, there were circular vinyl discs called... Oh, forget it.
They were/are called vinyls, and they are the best audio quality you can get in physical form.
You and your obscure music. Mama Bell and Little Jimmy?
Mama Bell and Little Yimmy are not obscure. They sold over 1 million albums.
There's nothing to be scared of here, Bob. Your tax preparation office is much, much scarier to everyone else. We find out from Larry that Little Jimmy disappeared 5 years ago. Wow, I mean, Little Jimmy, and there's someone named Big Jim in it? I only can wonder what happened to him. Anyways, we also find out that it is 1904 and federal income tax isn't even established until 1913. Bob's business is pointless as of now, and for the next 9 years.
Where's your dog?
What? Oh, that's Steve. He likes to bark.
Steve is a mess, though he would fit right into VeggieTales in the house.
We're looking for a man. A dangerous man. Have you seen him?
Puppies? Oh no, those are scary. Almost as scary as guppies.
Guppy, 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 friends forever and ever. GFS.
No, I don't think so.
Well, think harder. He tore up a factory with his bare hands, and he's headed your way.
Wow, that's impressive. Is there any particular reason we didn't get to see that in this episode?
We're going to Muscatine.
But we've got to get back to camp. The boys won't know what to do without us.
Nah, they'll be fine. I mean, how hard can it be to work when the boss isn't around?
We could sing.
Some in their dentists and some in their cops, while others run delis or bicycle shops.
And for Pete's sake, no singing!
It's all becoming quite clear now. Without Mr. Nezar, they're hopeless. So, of course, Big Jim ends up at Bob and Larry's camp while escaping. Well, I mean, what were the odds? Big Jim asked how to get to St. Louis. He just wants to sing with his mom again, but Bob doesn't believe him. Larry puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that Little Jimmy from his vinyl collection might actually be this guy, Big Jim. But he doesn't realize that before he sets off a signal flare in his tent to tell Mr. Nezar that he caught Big Jim.
What am I gonna do for a tent now?
I didn't know it was gonna do that.
Well, what did you think it was gonna do?
The emotion of the moment was overwhelming.
You know what? I'm Team Bob, and that seemed pretty obvious, Larry.
Happy River, doot doot.
You know what? He could just be a big fan of Little Jimmy and be imitating him. How is no one seeing through his lies?
He's telling the truth. What? He's Little Yimmy. It's him.
But he's huge!
He grew. It's him, I tell ya. No one else can sing with Mama Bell just like that.
You would be surprised, Larry. I mean, some people have referred to me as the Michael Bolton of my generation.
We gotta help him get to St. Louis so he can sing with his mama.
Wait a minute! He tore up a factory!
He couldn't have. He's allergic to turkey jerky. See?
How would you know this? Are you his family doctor?
Little Yimmy sings the I'm allergic to turkey jerky blues?
Okay, come on. I mean, just because he sang, it doesn't make it true.
It's the scary guy in Barking Steve. Run, Little Yimmy! We gotta go wake him up.
But The reward money!
Oh no, he's gonna get caught! That was part 1 of Tomato Sawyer and Huckleberry Larry. Stay tuned as next week we review part 2. So remember that God made you special and he loves you very much. Bye!